Ever since I put my little media center PC together, I've been looking for the ideal wireless keyboard to use with it. The keyboard and mouse that come with the machine are fine, but they're not exactly suitable for using when you're across the room on a couch. iPhone applications are great, but what happens when I'm not there and someone wants to use the machine? I've tried all sorts of different solutions, from a full-size keyboard and mouse to a wireless trackpad thing with an awful keyboard, to this nice keyboard but with a terrible joystick control instead of a mouse, and also this media center remote, which of course is missing a lot of the keys off a normal keyboard. Recently I've been using this thing, which is fine, but it's a little bit too big. And one common problem with some of these cheap keyboards is that they use a 2.4 GHz RF dongle, which causes mayhem with my Wi-Fi signal, often knocking a bar or even 2 bars off the signal strength. Anyway, enough of that. I'm now going to replace all these old keyboards, put them in the box of irrelevant crap in the loft, and instead I'm going to be using this. It's the Lenovo N5901 keyboard that I imported from Hong Kong from Brando, as it's not yet available inside the UK. Let's have a look inside the box. It's a very simple package. All you get inside are the instructions in English and Chinese, the keyboard itself, and a couple of alkaline AAA batteries. Now ideally this keyboard would use Bluetooth technology to avoid any chance of interfering with the Wi-Fi signals, but unfortunately it uses the same RF 2.4 GHz technology as all the other keyboards that I was using before. The main difference being the dongle fits inside the battery compartment and is an awful lot smaller. So I'm hoping that Lenovo's technology is a little bit more advanced than some of those other companies and is less likely to cause interference. And I'm running wireless N on 5 GHz anyway, so I should be okay. The keyboard's very light and it's comfortable whether you're using it one or two-handed for thumbboard style typing. There's no scroll wheel, but on the left hand side you've got page up and down, across the top you've got various media keys, and the orange button at the top left opens up My Computer on your desktop. There's no need to read any manual. All you have to do is to plug the USB dongle into a spare socket on your PC. Everything happens then automatically. The software installs and the keyboard is immediately recognised, and all you have to do is turn it on the back and it's ready to use. I'll quickly demonstrate a couple of different pieces of software to show you how it operates with them. First of all, Boxy. To scroll up and down through the library of films that I've got here, you can use either the up and down arrows on the right hand side or the page up and down on the left. And with it having the full keyboard, it's very easy to press Escape to quit the program. The trackball moves really freely, and it's a big improvement over the old media center remote I had, whose movement was a little bit like a rusty artificial hip inside a skeleton, but maybe this one's a little bit too loose sometimes. I also found it a bit difficult to click the left mouse button without at the same time touching the trackball with my thumb, so to sort this out I started using it with my left hand, and that solved the problem. And everything improves a lot if you slow the pointer speed right down as well. Just one more application to show you now. I'm running my Slingbox and changing the channels using the number keys across the top row of the keyboard. One thing I should mention, of course, is this keyboard doesn't have a backlight, which some people may find to be a disadvantage in a home cinema setting. Okay, so it's time to try some typing out on that keyboard. This is the first time I've tried this straight out of the box, and I get it right first time at a quite reasonable speed, so it shows you that it's quite a decent keyboard. It reminds me a lot of the old HTC Universal phone that I had, if you can remember that one, and it's quite a nice feel to it. Now it's only fair for me to point out a few negatives about the keyboard. The main one is the mouse buttons. They're rather clicky, and unfortunately they only operate if you press right above the trackball. If you move away from that zone, you don't get a mouse click. Now this next one's only a really slight niggle, but the space bar clicks at either side. You press it in the middle, you hear 2 clicks, and to me I think I've pressed 2 buttons at once. I haven't, but it just feels that way. Here's a close-up of the keyboard for those that are interested. As you can see, all the keys that you might need are present and correct, including, much to my amusement, on the Enter key. If you shift it with the Function key, you've got Control Alt and Delete, that essential Windows combination. So overall then, I'm very happy with the Lenovo keyboard. Despite the odd grumble, it's not perfect, but it's earned its place beside my Media Center PC. Thanks for watching.